Not so much in my elementary school career, but when I entered middle school and high school, yes.
My junior year of high school, when I moved to Italy to live with my dad, it was kind of like forced and I didn't like it there. I had a really hard time going to school, so I ended up gaining like a lot of weight and feeling like super bad about myself.
I would say yeah. Sometimes you would have, like, I had those like not so nice boyfriends who would be like, oh, I don't like this about you, or I don't like this about you.
I think I was one of those people, like an arrogant little shit actually. I really kind of looked down upon people who cared about their appearance, and that's something that it's really changed about me. I would say I probably started around age 16.
Probably like as long as I can remember, like middle school or elementary school maybe.
Yeah, when I was in high school, and even now still sometimes.
That's a big question. Probably confused about a lot of things that were happening. I feel like they don't really teach you a lot about just, like, changes your body can go through. I don't know, like the normal, like you kind of hate yourself all the time and you compare yourself to everybody else.
It bothered me at first, sometimes, because I don't know. All my friends are taller, and like in pictures, like when we take pictures, everyone's like tall, and then there's me.
I remember one time my mom said something like kind of negative to me, and I took it super hard because she'd never said anything about my weight before, and it like threw me for a loop for sure.
Yeah, definitely positive. I don't think anyone in my family has ever said anything negative, but they'll just say like, oh, you're beautiful, or like, I don't know, your eyes are pretty, like stuff like that, but never anything bad.
Oh, did you gain weight? Like, I don't know. It's rude for like some people, but like it's just like a cultural thing. But I don't think they mean it like negatively though. Like, oh, you're ugly, you should. I don't know. It's normal.
Maybe a 5.
Probably like a 6.
I would say 7.
Maybe like a 7 or 8. I feel like I felt fine, but I felt like I should have felt worse.
Something that really bummed me out was how much harder it became to run after like my figure was more curvy, and just like having breasts made it a lot harder to run as fast as I used to be able to. So that really bummed me out. And then as well that I didn't understand that, like, even though I was exercising a lot, that my thighs kept getting bigger.
Oh, I remember I thought that my calves were like huge. Like I was that person that would wear jeans when it was like 90 degrees out because I was like afraid that everyone would see my legs.
I'm not as tall as everyone. I don't know. In elementary school, it was like I was the same with everyone, but then they all started growing up, and I'm just like, I was just there.
I don't know, I kind of stopped caring less how I compare to other people, because I figured out that there's no way I'd ever be a size 0 as an adult, so I've kind of just gotten over it. Still kind of insecure, but not as bad.
I think that I'm a lot more confident in myself now, and I know that there's a lot more ways to be pretty than just having a thigh gap or looking like a model. But yeah, I think they're still there a little bit. Like sometimes when I'm having a rough day, I'll think back to those negative things.
Not really, because I think getting to college and like being friends with people that are actually healthy and supportive really was good for me. And I think also just like learning more about feminism and learning about what, like how society makes these like standards in place just so that you like really can never attain them. I think for me, like that was something that made me be like, I do not care about this, and I'm cool with my body, so I don't care. Sorry.
I don't know, if you go on Instagram, all the like sorority girls, they're like really like, I don't know, they're like average height, and like they have like bikini bodies and everything, like just upload on Instagram, like no, there's like no doubt, but like sometimes I do like, ooh, like do I look good in this picture?
I think there's a lot of media pressure to look a specific way and to be the perfect type.
There's so many like unachievable ideals of beauty that like all the photo shopping and airbrushing like makes everyone think that they should be perfect all the time, and it's not possible.
I think that's what's making it hard for teenagers because they try to accept themselves, but what is beautiful for people based on social media is not like that. So I think that's what's hard.
I think so. I think maybe when you get older, it gets lowered a little bit, but then you have different challenges in your life.
Having that, perfect body, that image that kind of, it gets people really young, especially women.
Especially like as you get older and there are only young people in the media and there are only white people in the media, like you see that, and that doesn't go away with age.
Stop hating on other girls because we're all going through a really tough time. And some people care about some things and you may not care about that, but that doesn't make them less than you.
Just because you don't meet someone's definition of the perfect person, like, doesn't mean you're not perfect.
I would say nobody cares about the things that you're caring about more than you do. No one is noticing that kind of stuff. And if they are, they aren't worth it anyway.
Don't ever compare yourself to anyone else because you're your own person and everyone else doesn't really have anything to do with what you look like.